focus on the lesson. Live in the hills, but it still get a spread. Started with a live, but it still reinvest it. Fear how I feel, then you feel it's a blessing. I just want the lesson, I just want protection. I'm up and I'm down, but they sound like progression. Farmer never plans if he waits for perfection. Finger to the down.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you had a wonderful day. I got another watch list for you, and we gotta bring this back. The stock market is gonna go crazy tomorrow. Yes, you have the CPI. Everybody has been waiting for it, and I got a little bit of an analysis for you. We're gonna go over some things as well as my expectation. However, it is very simple. Tomorrow, if that inflation report is hotter than expected and CPI goes up, that will be a very bearish reaction. However, if we watch CPI come down and it cools off, that will definitely be bullish. But there will be some caveats. So, we got a lot to talk about. I got the breakdown of what happened today. Even though it looks like it didn't move much, we had a lot of action and we still had a lot of earnings even after the bell. You sadly got some negative earnings, which are going to factor into some things. And then we got the plays and what to watch for tomorrow. And ladies and gentlemen, our data is here now. Whatever happens tomorrow is probably going to set the tone for the rest of August. So, I hope you're ready. But drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you don't know, we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open, youtube.com/the stock market. We'll see you there in the morning, baby. God bless. Free 99. Free 99. Yes, free. You heard that correctly. But getting into the keys, we are not starting with the CPI. If there was anything to take note of today, even though the market was red across the board and NASDAQ was down, I want you to take a look at this. The Fed futures dropped almost 20%. Now, towards the end of the day, we got to hear from the press conference, and we brought this up today. One thing very rare about this CPI, the day before, you have not heard the White House say anything. The last 3 or 4 CPIs, they've been coming out kind of warning about an elevated CPI. Not this time around. Press Secretary Corinne, she was talking about all of the hard work they did, but in the midst of all of it, even though the market was red and people were reacting to a bunch of stuff in the morning, the Fed futures drop. So you got to keep note of this, because when that CPI comes out tomorrow, the changes on this leading into next month, that is what is going to set the tone for all of August. So keep that in mind. But now on the other side of things, you also had more negative chip news weighing on the market today. So even though we had the chip bill and people have been hyped on that, yesterday NVIDIA warned before market, and now Micron did the same thing. But that added a lot of pressure. The NASDAQ down 1% over these last couple of days. A lot has been from the tech stocks. And did y'all know that Mega is on the NASDAQ? Yeah, so that, anyways, keep that in mind. But, so that's the main key. Like I'm saying, watch the Fed futures. That's what we got today. Again, there was more news out of China and some other things, but I'm sure you guys have witnessed it. Everybody is waiting for the CPI tomorrow, and that is why it is a big deal. So now, getting into the CPI, before I tell you what I think about it, let's go back to this chart. This is all of the CPIs broken down. Again, energy is in green. You see the breakdown there with food and everything else. And we brought this up today. I want you to notice this one right here in green, or is that blue? I don't know. I'm not looking at the chart right now, but this bottom one, I'll circle it with services. That is a straight line up. So no matter what happens tomorrow, the service side inflation, this will be one of those little caveats that'll probably be the big driver, believe it or not. But watch out for that. But now the base expectation, economists are expecting it to come in at 8.7, and it is talking about that top line up there. The solid line is headline. That is including food and gasoline. So gasoline prices went down. A lot of people expect headline to come down. Core, which is excluding food and gasoline, that is expected to go up. So here's the chart. Now let me show you this one now too. These are all of the economists' estimates. So there's 44 qualified economists the last 2 months in a row. Every single one of them has gotten it wrong. So right now, the lowest estimate is 8.5. That's the most bullish. And then the most bearish is a 9.0. But even a 9.0 would be below the last month, meaning technically inflation peaked by 0.1. I know, relax. Don't crucify me, okay? But keep this in mind because we want to see where it's at. But you can see on the distribution, a lot of them are right there at 8.7 and 8.8. So it's literally going to probably be a point or not around there. And remember, this is for headline. And like I'm telling you, core is expected to go up based on economist expectations. But now finally, if you've been watching enough of these videos, you probably remember this name right here, Oscar Munoz. He is the #1 rated economist out of this whole year. Even though everybody's been wrong, he has been the least wrong, and his estimate is coming in at 8.7. So we'll see what happens with that. As far as my prediction now, this is just what I believe. Again, I really hope I can reassure this, because this is the point I've been trying to drive home as of late. Nobody knows what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. I am not psychic. There is no magic ability. There is no special secret sauce or special touch. This is all just assumptions. If anything, I am a glorified YouTube economist with not any, I don't even got that credential. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. But what I'm trying to tell you, this is my idea. We'll see where it is at. But whether I'm wrong or nobody knows what's going to happen. So just take it all with a grain of salt. But as far as tomorrow, based on everything, and again, my big logic is right here. The Fed futures magically got bullish today with nothing else. I'm pretty much thinking that tomorrow we will get an initial positive reaction, and then we are going to fade a rally after core sets in, but the fade may not even occur by the end of the day and may kind of factor into the next couple of days. But with that being said, now what I'm expecting headline to come down a little bit, and pretty much if headline ends up going up, I will be wrong, but that'll be even more bearish. But then the thing I'm really expecting, I think core might actually set a new high. So 6.1 is the high. So even if it doesn't go above that and just gets to 6.1, it's still up there. But I am thinking that might actually skyrocket. And like I'm saying, I think a lot of people will respond to the headline number and they're like, okay, it came down, that's good. But then little by little, I think Fed futures and other things are going to start pricing in aggressive. And then people are going to really focus on core and services. And then we'll really watch the fireworks from there. But we'll see what happens. Again, after this meeting, we still got one more. So in a way, if this one ends up not really giving the energy we're expecting, just remember, next month, right before Powell, it's going to kind of be a similar trend to what we got here. So keep that in mind. And then finally, watch the Fed speakers after the report comes out. I might go early tomorrow morning before CPI since it comes out an hour before market. But at the end of the day, right when it comes out, there will be a move pre-market. But right when the bell rings, you're going to get another reaction from the cash market in Europe and all of that. But those Fed speakers, Kaskari and Evans, they're going to come in, and you really want to see where the Fed futures go. Again, it's one thing getting the data so we could see how the bond market is pricing the future plan of the Fed. That is where the real action or predictive moves are even going to come from, or that's at least what I am focusing on. So keep that in mind. But if I could know anything, just know you've seen this with CPI. This is not a one-day event. Simple as that. So whatever we get tomorrow, just remember Thursday, Friday is going to have the follow-up, and if we see features like services going up in core, just pay attention to what's bearish, what's bullish, and then watch some of the other metrics and then see now kind of where the market starts jumping in to react. So hopefully that helps. I hope you guys are ready. Again, we've waited for this, and hopefully this brings some confidence, because now we could start to make some moves keeping the data in mind. But tomorrow is going to be crazy. It's long awaited, and I hope you're ready, Chad. But let us get into the plays. So, right off the bat, I got one play I'm starting with. I'm not wasting any time. JP Morgan, Bank of America, and XLF. Literally, if there is any positive reaction from CPI, if it eases, if the market loves it, if core comes down, if headline comes down, if Joe Biden's hard work paid off, then you go and buy the banks. That's it. Why I'm saying that? Because it has literally been a pseudo-consumer stock. It is not like retail in that sense, or consumer defensive, consumer staple, or consumer discretionary, excuse me. But the whole point is a lot of bank stocks have been worried about the consumer, and that way, if there's any easing sign with inflation, especially after some of their earnings and even how some of the other data is played out, it will be very, very bullish. But the banks did not rally as hard as a lot of the tech stocks in the last couple of weeks. So that's why I put JP Morgan and Bank of America specifically. You'll notice XLF had a little bit more of a bounce. Names like Wells Fargo and Morgan Stanley, they had really, really big moves, but take a look at Bank of America and JPM, they have not moved at all. So if we get anything positive, especially if it benefits the industry, some of these laggers, I think they could be on fire, but we need a bullish reaction tomorrow. Remember, I still got those SQQs and all of that. I'm feeling bearish, but I'm keeping my mind out because, again, things can change quickly. And if that goes bullish, at the very least, I know the banks will be a winner. So keep your eyes on that. That's number one. Number two now, Coinbase, baby. They had earnings, and I just didn't like it. Same thing with Roblox. I would put Roblox on this list as well, too. Yes, I'm still holding. I know, but here's the fact of the matter. Companies like Coinbase and Roblox reported today, they have already guided lower over the last couple of quarters, but after today, they both came in below top and bottom line expectations. Pretty much in this market, if you can meet expectations that are low, the market will actually reward you and say, oh, it wasn't bad as feared, or even if you do a little bit better. But in the case of going below, there's no mercy. So that being said, I'd watch Coinbase, even Roblox, for more downside continuation tomorrow. I'm definitely going to be watching that, but whatever happens with the CPI, it could still kind of get in the way. So keep that in mind. And then finally, number three, baby, NVIDIA, Micron, and TSM. Literally, they got clapped again today after all of this news. And like I said yesterday, if there's any positive reaction on CPI, I think there could be a lot more upside in the chips, considering how some of them have moved recently. So I don't think it's all clear. I'm kind of talking short term again. Companies like NVIDIA and Micron still have earnings, even though we got these updates. So that's why I'm saying keep that in mind. If things are good, they get slashed up here, you might be able to get a pretty decent pre-earnings play. And hopefully, if the market does end up trending from here, you could set up pretty early. So we will see what happens. But those are the main plays. As far as everything else, I didn't do much today. I rolled over my ZQ short. And why I did that was because I didn't realize I was on August and the meetings for September. So August Fed futures don't really matter. So I made sure I got that 1 month, took a $10 loss. I was up on it for a little bit, and then it magically went negative today, and that's how I was like, why are the Fed futures dropping? I don't get it, especially when it was more hawkish throughout the day. But there was that play. I did a Roblox in the morning. I did a debit spread for August 19th. I bought the 58 call, shorted the 62, paid about 45 cents, and then I got back like 5 cents per contract. I sold 4 out of 5, so it ended up making, I thought I had it for free, but it was like a $20 play, so I lost 20 bucks after that, after the earnings. And then I also did a MRK, a next week, August 19th, $80 put for 15 cents. I grabbed 2 of them, and the news was they had news of some sort of like contaminants in one of their drugs related to diabetes, and they had to drop. A lot of other sympathies reacted on the downside too. They magically bounced up, but I'm hoping we get a delayed play reaction, kind of like some of the BABA news we played, but kept that one small, $30. But there was that. As far as everything else, like I'm saying, tomorrow, I'm going to be watching those banks and chip stocks if things are positive, watching the volatility plays, even the dollar if things end up being negative, and even going after some of the weakness we're already seeing in the market. But pretty much it's all eyes on CPI, all eyes on the Fed futures. Don't forget about oil, but tomorrow will move a lot, and if it does end up moving oil and everything else, I'm just really looking at tomorrow to get the data and hopefully set our path for the rest of the month. So I hope you're ready, but that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure hydrate, healthy, ready to go. Make sure you post your watch list. Make sure we see you there in the morning. I need the armor on. I need the helmet shining. I need you to remember, baby, don't make a permanent decision on how you view your life because of a temporary agony. Nah, it don't work like that, baby. You mean more than the moment. You know what I'm trying to tell you? You have been trained. Failure is going to develop your relationship. Any setbacks will develop your relationship with success to make sure you end up where you belong, baby. And that's up. That's to the moon. Stop playing with me, baby. I hope you're ready. The market's gonna go crazy. We waited for this, and even after this month, we're gonna do this all again next month for September, and then right before Powell, and then before you know it, man, the year is already over, Chad. So thank you for riding with me. I love you. God bless you, and I'm gonna see you in the morning, hopefully early. Pray I wake up early. You know what I'm saying? Pray that I don't poop too much, and that because I want to wake up. I want to do it tomorrow, but I just gotta, if I'm not gonna force it, but see, I'm gonna set my alarm. We'll see what happens. Okay, I love you.